We are at video number 0012, the spiritual quest. The world that we see around us is always changing. Nothing in it lasts forever. Everything is born, grows, decays, and eventually disappears. Wise sages, after long reflection, realized that something which constantly changes cannot be the ultimate truth. True reality must be eternal, something that neither appears nor disappears, something that remains unchanged through all transformations. That unchanging reality they discovered is consciousness itself, an all pervading awareness that underlies everything. This consciousness never dies. It only expresses itself through countless forms. We catch glimpses of this divine consciousness in human beings who display great courage, deep creativity, and boundless compassion. For in those moments, the eternal shines through the temporary. The student is asking a question. I have read that the world is constantly changing and that what changes cannot be the ultimate truth. But this world feels so real. The mountains, the rivers, the people I love. Why do the scriptures say that it is not the ultimate reality? The Guru replies, what you see around you is indeed real, but it is relatively real, not absolutely real. The mountains, rivers, and your loved ones are real in the sense that they exist for a time, but they are constantly changing. Think about it. Mountains erode, rivers change their course, and human beings grow old and die. Everything that arises must one day pass away. Now ask yourself, can something that constantly changes by the ultimate truth? Now ask yourself, can something that constantly changes be the ultimate truth? True reality must be that which never changes, that which always exists, regardless of what comes and goes. A student is asking another question. So, if everything I see is changing, what then is the unchanging reality? What is eternal? The Guru replies, that which never changes is consciousness, the pure awareness that witnesses all change. It is the silent observer behind every experience. When you are awake, it knows your thoughts and actions. When you dream, it watches the dream world. When you sleep deeply, it remains. For even when you say, I slept well, there must have been something that knew the peace of sleep. This knowing presence, this awareness is your true self. The Atman, the Bhagavad Gītā calls it Avinashi Tattva, the indestructible reality. This knowing presence, this awareness is your true self, the Atman. The Bhagavad Gita calls it Avinashi Tattva, the indestructible reality. The student is asking another question. But how can I understand this consciousness? I cannot see it or touch it. The Guru replies, indeed, you cannot see it because it is the seer itself. The eye cannot see themselves. They can only see the world. Similarly, consciousness cannot be seen as an object because it is the subject that sees all. You are that consciousness. You are not the body that grows old, not the mind that changes, not even the emotions that rise and fall. When you say, I am happy or I am sad, there is an I that remains constant while happiness and sadness come and go. That constant I, the witnessing awareness, is the real you. A student is asking another question. Is this what Lord Krishna teaches in the Bhagavad Gita? The Guru replies, yes, indeed. In the Gita, Krishna tells Arjun, that which pervades all this universe is indestructible. That which pervades all this universe is indestructible. No one can destroy that imperishable reality. Verse number 17 of chapter 2 from Bhagavad Gita. He explains that the body perishes, but the self, the eternal consciousness, cannot be slain. It is unborn, eternal, and beyond decay. This is why Krishna says to Arjun, the wise do not mourn for the living or the dead, because the wise see that behind birth and death lies the changeless, immortal self, pure consciousness. A student is asking another question. If that is the truth, why do most people not experience it? Why do we suffer? The Guru replies, because we forget our true nature. We become attached to the temporary and mistake it for the eternal. We identify with our body, possessions, and relationships, all of which are impermanent. When they change or disappear, we feel pain. But the pain is not in change itself, it arises from clinging to what cannot last. When you remember that you are the unchanging consciousness, untouched by birth or death, a deep peace dawns. You no longer fear loss because you know that your essence can never be lost. The student is asking another question. How can I experience this truth directly? How can I live as this consciousness and not be swept away by the changing world? The Guru replies, through introspection and awareness. Sit quietly and watch your thoughts without judgment. See how they rise and fall like waves upon the ocean. Realize that you are not the waves, you are the ocean itself. Act in the world, but remain aware that you are not merely the doer. Love, create, and serve, but do so as an expression of that divine consciousness within you, not as a slave of desire or fear. This is the essence of Karma Yoga, to act with awareness and detachment. And this is also the heart of Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge. A student is asking another question. You spoke earlier of people showing courage, creativity, and compassion as glimpses of this consciousness. How is that so? The Guru replies, when someone shows great courage, they rise above fear. Fear belongs to the body and the mind, but not to the soul. In courage, the eternal self shines through. When someone creates something beautiful or original, they momentarily touch the infinite, drawing from that boundless source of consciousness that holds all possibilities. And when someone shows compassion, they transcend the illusion of separation. Compassion means feeling another's pain as one's own. It is the natural expression of realizing that we are all one consciousness, appearing as many forms. Thus, courage, creativity, and compassion are divine windows through which the eternal shines into the world of time. The student is asking another question. Then, to live spiritually means to live with awareness of this eternal consciousness in everything. The Guru replies, yes, that is the spiritual quest, not to escape the world, but to see the divine within it, to see that every person, every creature, every leaf, and every drop of rain is a manifestation of the same consciousness that shines in you. When this understanding becomes your living experience, fear vanishes, sorrow ends, and life becomes a continuous offering of love. That is liberation while living Jivan Mukti. That is liberation while living Jivan Mukti. The student is asking another question. This truth fills me with peace. Is this what it means to find God? The Guru replies, yes. God is not far away, sitting in some distant heaven. God is the consciousness within you, silent, watching, eternal. When you awaken to that truth, you will see that the same light shines in all beings. Then you no longer live as a limited person. You live as the very expression of the infinite. This is the highest realization of the Bhagavad Gītā. To see the divine in all and to live in harmony with that vision. A motivational message for you now. Remember, the physical world is not your prison. Remember, the physical world is not your prison, it is your classroom. Every joy, every sorrow, every challenge is a lesson guiding you toward your true nature. You are not a fleeting wave. You are the vast ocean of consciousness itself. When you awaken to this truth, you discover the courage to face all change, the creativity to shape your world, and the compassion to heal it. That is the spiritual quest, not to run from life, but to see the divine in all of it. And when you do, you become a light to others, just as the sages were, a living expression of the eternal. Hari Om.